All right. So in this first rendition of our live training kind of thing, um, I'm going to be creating a game that's uh, somewhat similar to No Man's Sky. It's planets, with their own gravity, um, and collecting resources, inventory system, things like that. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to start off with a first-person game. We'll call it Planet Tutorial. Go ahead and start this off. So create project. Right. So basically what I want to do first is set up the player. Basically, I don't really want any of this fire information here. Down here. I think what I want to do is set it up like a laser. So when the button's clicked, it's going to fire. When it's released, it stops firing. So one way we could do that, which I'll go ahead and do this here, um, firing, set this bool true when the button's pressed and false when it's released. So now what we can do is do an event tick, branch it, check if it is firing is true, and if it is, we're going to, of course, start firing. So we'll do a line trace for objects, I think. Yes. And we need our start and end location. So I'm going to base that off of the first person camera for now. Um, and afterwards we'll fix it up so it comes from the weapon itself. Um, okay, so we'll get the forward vector and the world location of the first person camera. And the world location will be the start, I believe. Multiply to get the distance between. So we want to do fire distance, and that'll be a float. Compile so we could set that. We'll set that to like 800 for now. Then we want to add these. So add those together. Okay, so now we have this. We're gonna duration just so we could see what we're doing. Object types, we want to array, and I want to just include world static and world for now. Okay. All right. So now I just just make sure this is working first. Go ahead. We got for duration on. Okay. Got kind of our laser beam there, sliding with the walls and stuff. I mean, it's just a trace right now. Of course, it's not an actual laser, but um, that'll. So I think what I want to do, I want to kind of create a resource that we can utilize. So we'll get out of this for now. Content. Um, resource. There. Create an actor. Or no, let's do resource underscore master underscore BP. That. Want to add a set of static mesh for now. We'll do main resource mesh. Let's do something interesting like a cone. Do a cone. Not gonna need these two. The event tick. So, alright, we'll set up a health variable for this object. Okay, well, yeah, we'll do it that way. So we'll branch into the event tick. And basically what we want to do is we want to be able to shoot this. Shooting this makes it go smaller, and then it explodes, that's spawning other resources that we can actually gather. So we'll go equal to. So if it's less than or equal to 0, and I always like doing this in case the flow has a chance to go negative and skips 0. If it's less than or equal to, it's constantly checking, so it makes it okay. I'm going to have it toggle the visibility to this. So the main resource actually goes translucent. And let's create. I can do. Yeah, let's do it this way. So I'll do this resource array. Okay. So we'll type actor. It'll be an actor class reference. Okay. And I'll make it an array, of course. Public too. Now what I can do is I can actually do a for loop here. And then once it destroys, it'll spawn the actor. Yeah, so it'll spawn the actor once it destroys, and then this item will be the item that the player can pick up. So you can add those blueprints into the resource array, which we haven't created yet. So we'll go ahead and create that in a minute, but I want to set up the location. So we're beginning the actor location, right? But actor location is based on the center of the actor, so it'll be way to the floor. I believe the pivot point for. Yeah, it's underneath. So what we want to do is we want to get the location of the actor, but we want to add to the Z, so it is a little bit up from it. So I'm gonna do like 100, and I'll just split this guy, split it again. Don't feel like doing a make transform. I prefer doing it this way. The less nodes, the better, I guess. Okay. And then what we want to do, destroy the actor. Well, I'm gonna put a delay here. I'm gonna put a delay here, keep it at 0.2 seconds. That way it has time to tick through all of these before it actually destroyed. Okay. Alright, so now what we need to do is create our resource array. So create our resource piece so we don't have to worry about switch these out essentially. Actor. Source underscore mess b. This guy up. Now we're gonna want to add a static mesh. Gather resource mesh. And let's add a sphere component too. Collision. Static mesh will make just the cube real quick. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a timeline. That timeline will actually pull these resources towards the player when the object gets destroyed. So the player doesn't have to worry about picking all of them up, and we don't have to worry about simulating physics. It'll just move to the player essentially. So double click on the timeline. We'll do a float track. I'll call this alpha, and we'll do it at 5 seconds. Hold shift and click, and it'll create 2 points. Let this 5, 1, 0, 0. But that essentially, and what we can. No, I want it linear, so we'll keep it like that. Okay. Oh, make sure to put autoplay on just for the heck of it. Now we want to set actor and we want to get the actor location, and then player character, the actor location of the player character, and then we want to use a lerp, a vector lerp. Now we can do A to B based on the alpha curve. That right there. Now once this item is in the level, it will move towards the player. Okay, so now lap event. Cast a first person character. Add custom event, and we'll call this add to inventory. Call this event. We'll call that event right there. Destroy actor. Okay. On this event, cast again. And we'll get player character. And casting is actually really cheap. Somebody on the forums did a benchmark of it, and it turns out that it's surprisingly cheap. So, okay, so we actually have to stop here because I want to create the inventory struct. But first, what we gotta do, go new folder, structs, right click, we'll go to, I don't remember, structure right there. Inventory struct. So I want to do item name, item value, item weight, So we'll go back into the first person character and we'll actually create that variable. So inventory array will be inventory struct array. Okay, so now what we want to do is our gather resource and actually get that. Get inventory array, add to it. Drag off here, we want to make a struct, and then we want to promote all of these variables. Name them all after. This one, item value, item weight, item class. Okay, so now we can give it a name. Oh, and make all these public too. Edit them anytime. And we'll just do like filler names for now. So, 1, 10, 100. Item class as self. Gather resource PP. You want to set this as self. So actually, what we could do instead of actually physically setting that is we could, on event beacon play, we could set that to the self class, but I'm not worried about it. It'd be pretty easy to do. Okay. Yeah, so now what we can do, content browser back in here, we can create children for this one now. So let's do like or BP P. Now we can open this guy up, do or set it to 50, set that to 10, and or wood. Okay, will be now we can add it to here. Or BP. So that looks pretty good. Back to the first person character, and we'll actually set this up so we can actually shoot at it. Break, hit result, branch, actor is equal to, oh, the class here, don't we? Yeah. Get class and do equal to, and then we can select the resource. That in there. Cast to master. What now we'll scale. Here, world scale. Set word scale. To subtract. Let's do something small first, like 0.05. Yeah, and then we just want to do the health. Get health. Subtract. Like 2. Okay. I think I want to, just for testing purposes, when we hit Y, string to a for loop, break. Oh, kind of tiny. Let's make him. Oh, why did that happen? Did I never set? I never set the health. Okay. Add it to my inventory. See, I have all of those in my inventory. The question is, why do I have so many in my inventory? That's why right there. It's taking this like way too many times. Okay, so what we'll do that. Let's do like call gathering or something like that. Gathering. See if that fixes that. Why nothing? Why nothing comes up? Now I only get 2. Now I have 4. It's just me hitting it a bunch of times. I have 4. Okay, so that's exactly what should happen. I'm only spawning 2 each time. Cool. Works. And as you can see, when I go ahead and play, the print string, I'm essentially that's how the inventory is going to work. So the inventory is going to actually display what items are in the inventory array. And so if I do this, go ahead and go into first person character. Um, Say when I hit T, I will spawn from class get. We'll just do 0. And you know how I grabbed the item class? So now, let's say if I click drop item or equip or um, like a craft button, I have the item class now of that particular inventory item. So what I can do is when I this, I'll get actor location. Now nothing is coming up because I don't want any items there. So if I hit T, I think it's because get world the world transform of the gun, so it spawns like right in front of me. Okay, so now you'll see. Oh, maybe? That's really weird. It should be spawning. Okay. Well, there's another issue that I'm not really sure about. Did I not set that? Would BP or BP? Yeah, it's that. Okay. Well, I mean, it's no big deal. I'll fix that when it comes to it. But you kind of get what I mean here. Um, it's getting whatever's in the inventory array, and the item class references that, so you can spawn it later on. And just for clarity reasons, I'll keep that. Well, alright. I think that will be the end of this episode. The next one we'll kind of dive into how to, I don't know, well, we can get into creating the actual inventory via the widget system. And you know, in startup, getting a inventory that functions properly. So yeah, so thanks for watching.